Okay, we'll call the 14th meeting of this year. Village Board of Trustees, the Village of Depew, September 23rd, 2024, at a special time, 6 p.m. Pledged by Trustee Kraft.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing for a second. God of mercy and justice, thank you for the gift of life and the opportunity to serve the people of our village. Help us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen with understanding and goodwill. Help us to speak with charity and restraint. Give us a spirit of service and remind us that we are stewards of your authority. Guide us to be the leaders your people need. Help us see the humanity and dignity of those who disagree with us and to treat all persons, no matter how weak or poor, with reverence of your presence and the joy of helping to build a community worthy of your human person. We ask this as your sons and daughters, confident in your goodness and love. Amen. Fire exits, Trustee Zimba.
The emergency exits are located to my left in the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion and evacuate the building.
Roll call.
Trustee Hammerneck. Trustee Zimba.
Here.
Trustee Kraft.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Here.
Mayor Peterson.
Here. First item tonight, approve the village board meeting minutes from August 26, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motion, move for its adoption, that we approve the village board meeting minutes from August 26, 2024.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This motion carried. We have a number of planning board ones for today. Approve the planning board meeting minutes from June 6, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the motion that we approve the planning board minutes from June 6th, 2024. Item number 1, Saeed Aftabudin for the property at 4854 Broadway, requesting a special use permit to operate an automotive repair shop in a C2 zone. Approved.
I second the motion.
A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Next item, approve the planning board meeting minutes from August 1st, 2024.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we approve the planning board meeting minutes August 1st, 2024. Number 1, Tom and Christine Schuster, 360 Gould Avenue. Final site approval for a pole barn. Approved with a recommendation for the village board to accept the secret type 2 action.
I second the motion.
Need a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
And Mayor Peterson.
Yes. Item number 2.
Honorable Mayor, number 2, Walden Development Group, 4250 Broadway, subdivision of parcel. Approved.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes. And number 3.
Celtic Industrial Services on behalf of Jim Murphy Buick, GMC, 3000 Walden Avenue. Concept approval for a pole barn. Approved.
I second the motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Tonight's somewhat a shortened agenda, so we'll have public comment on these items initially, and then later in the evening, we'll be able to do any topic. So first item up tonight, advertise the administrator to advertise for a public hearing for community development block grant funds, both on the Cheektowaga side, which is $100,000 from the federal government, and on the Lancaster Consortium side, which is $150,000. And that's going to be for public hearing on Tuesday, October 14th. And please note that's a one day later because of the holiday. Next item, proclaim October 31st, 2024 as the official trick-or-treat night for the village of Depew, which mirrors the town and village of Lancaster and the town of Cheektowaga from 6 to 8:30. Permission for Depew Fire Department to use Fireman's Park and a pavilion for a trunk or treat event to be held October 27th, 2024, from 12 to 3 p.m. Bill's game at 4:25. Resolution number 4, permission for New York Women in Law Enforcement 13th Training Conference, where Lieutenant Rochelle Menard will be attending on October 16th to the 18th. We also have Detective Turner attending the Mobile Device Examiner and Call Detail Record Analysis courses at the Secret Service in Washington, D.C., October 27th through the 31st. And permission is granted to Officer Wojciechowicz to attend a drug recognition expert recertification training, which is in Canandaigua on September 27, 2024. Item number 5, permission for conference for our Assistant Code Enforcement Officer, Catherine Zakanachik, to attend a Niagara Frontier Building Officials Education Conference to be held January 27th through the 29th, 2025 in Amherst on Millersport Highway. Resolution number 6, permission for the police. This is considered retro training. Did not make the last board meeting, but again, Officer Wojciechowicz attended the Drug Recognition Officer Recertification course, Part 1, I'll call it, in Philadelphia. So on September 15th through the 16th. Resolution 7, award the bid for Phase 7 under our consent order project from the DEC. And that's being awarded to United Survey, 25145 Broadway Avenue, Oakwood Village, Ohio. And that was in the amount of $1,685,950. Resolution 8, permission for the Depew High School bonfire, a yearly tradition in the village, October 21st, 2024, 6:45 on the football practice field behind the school bus garage, with Depew Fire present and the fire marshal. PD, I imagine, is there too. So, but I'm pretty sure PD is out there too, right, Chief?
No, usually just whoever the SRO is, which I'm
Sure.
Rob,
Yeah, okay.
Officer Otto, RSO.
That resolution was for fire to be there, so that's all the resolutions on the agenda. If anybody has any comments? No comment? Anybody online? Okay, let's rock and roll. Number 1, permission to advertise community development block grant hearing, public hearing.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. The administrator is authorized to advertise for a public hearing to discuss the Community Development Block Grant for the Lancaster and Cheektowaga sides of the Village of Depew at the Tuesday, October 14th, 2024 board meeting.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Resolution number 2, proclaim October 31st, 2024 as the official trick-or-treat night in the Village of Depew.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I'd like to make the following motion, move for its adoption. Be it resolved, the official trick-or-treat night in the Village of Depew, in conjunction with the town of and Village of Lancaster and the town of Cheektowaga, is hereby designated as Thursday, October 31st, 2024, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8:30 p.m.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Permission for Depew Fire Department to use Fireman's Park and the Pavilion for their trunk and treat event on October 27th.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to the Depew Fire Department to use Fireman's Park and the Pavilion for a trunk or treat event to be held on Sunday, October 27, 2024, from noon to 3 p.m.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. I think this should have read permission for various police department trainings. But as it says, it's permission, New York Women in Law Enforcement 13th Training Conference.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Whereas permission is hereby granted to Lieutenant Rochelle Menard to attend the New York Women in Law Enforcement 13th Annual Training Conference, the Conference Center at Lake Placid, 2634 Main Street, Lake Placid, New York, 12946, from October 16th through the 18th, 2024. And whereas permission is hereby granted to Detective Turner to attend the Mobile Device Examiner and Call Detail Record Analysis courses to be held at the U.S. Secret Service, 950 H Street Northwest, 3rd floor, Washington, D.C., 20223, from October 27th through the 31st, 2024. And whereas permission is hereby granted to Officer Wojciechowicz to attend the Drug Recognition Expert Recertification 2024 training to be held at the Region 6 Safety Training Center in Canandaigua on September 27th, 2024.
I second the motion.
The roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Permission for the Building Department Assistant Code Enforcement Officer to attend a conference.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas permission is hereby granted to Catherine Zagarnichik, Building Department, to attend the Niagara Frontier Building Officials Education Conference to be held on January 27th through 29th, 2025 at the Buffalo Niagara Marriott, 1340 Millersport Highway, Amherst, New York, 14221.
I second the motion.
In a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
This is the retro training that was permission for police officer Wojciechowicz to attend a drug recognition officer recertification course.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion to move for its adoption. Permission is hereby granted to Officer Wojciechowicz to attend the Drug Recognition Officer Recertification course in Philadelphia on September 15th through 16th, 2024.
I second the motion.
The roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Resolution 7, award the bid for Phase 7.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following motion and move for its adoption. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the village engineer, the bid for the sewer shed 10A and 10B rehabilitation, parentheses, Phase 7 CAP, parentheses, project, from the bid opening on September 18th, 2024, in the bid amount of $1,685,950.00, to be awarded to United Survey, 25145 Broadway Ave, Oakwood Village, Ohio, 44146.
I second the motion.
In a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zimba.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Adolph.
Yes.
Mayor Peterson.
Yes.
That's carried.
Resolution 8, permission for Depew High School bonfire.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make the following resolution and move for its adoption. Be it resolved, permission is hereby granted to the Depew High School Varsity D Club to hold their annual bonfire on Monday, October 21st, 2024, at 6:45 p.m. on the football practice field behind the Depew School's bus garage. The Depew Fire Department will be present to provide fire protection with the following stipulations. Number 1, the fire marshal must meet with an adult advisor on the day of the event to inspect the site and review emergency procedures. Number 2, no flammable liquids are to be used in lighting the bonfire. Number 3, the Depew Fire Department will supervise the lighting of the bonfire and will remain on standby for the duration of the event. Number 4, the Depew Fire Department reserves the right to cancel the bonfire in the event of adverse weather conditions, parentheses, high winds, and any other condition that may adversely affect public safety. Depew police personnel will be present to maintain order and supply necessary traffic enforcement.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Before we get to general comments, we'll go around the room. We'll go in reverse order here. Chief Musilak from Fire.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Since our last board meeting, we had 16 calls that we answered, giving us a total year-to-date 287. Other than that, just a little reminder to everybody with the cooler weather coming up here, I would assume soon, please make sure you have your furnaces checked and cleaned and inspected and everything, and filters changed before you go to fire it up for the first time. Otherwise, you'll probably get a bunch of dust that you'll probably think is smoke and have to call us out, along with also checking your carbon monoxide detectors and making sure everything is up to par with them. Make sure that the backup batteries are changed, make sure that it's within the 10-year period. Otherwise, once you close everything up, you'll start getting carbon monoxide detectors being activated, and just want to make sure that everything's working properly. That's it. Go Bills.
All right. Chief McNamara from Police.
Yep, good evening. The Village of Depew Police Department will be partnering with the Drug Enforcement Agency on Saturday, October 26, 24, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Wegmans for a drug drop-off, drug take-back. So if you have any of your old prescription drugs you need to get rid of, Wegmans on the 26th of October. Thank you. Bills.
Thank you, Chief. TPW, Ken Beck.
Just one thing I failed to mention earlier, I was in contact with the guy and his girlfriend or wife from Columbia, but they're wanting to build a house there. So I was in contact with their person that's gonna be doing the layout, and advised him to call underground utilities. We went and checked out where the sewers were that were there, and then I told him that if he wanted to do anything, to contact Dave Britton, Don, and myself.
Whereabouts?
That was Columbia, across the street from
It was planning.
planning board, yeah, so
Yeah.
he's looking to build a house there. We
Subdivision of the parcel.
yeah, so,
Okay.
but I advised him to get a hold of Don and to set up some sort
What's
of,
the one from a week ago?
yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
from 2 weeks ago.
so,
Yep.
that's it for me.
Okay, across the way, Don from our Building Department.
Just a couple things. Got a couple businesses coming in. It's called the Old Soul Barber Shop's going to be going into the corner of Bellevue and Broadway there. And then we have, I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Charlie's Convenience Store is now open. It's on the corner of Bellevue and Broadway. Old Soul Barber Shop is going to be opening on Broadway across from Taylor Tool Rental. And then we have Elegant Nails, which was previously in Cheektowaga, is now going into, it's on Transit Road across from the Dr. Hugg's Car Wash, the old ONS Survey Equipment Company. So a couple new businesses coming in, which is nice. Thing I want to mention, we're getting a large amount of complaints of rats in the area. Unfortunately, our office doesn't really deal with that much unless there's a complaint of open garbage or other extenuating circumstances. But you can call Vector Control with the Erie County Health Department if you're having an issue on your property, to have them come out and look at it and bait it, and they'll check the surrounding properties for any issues. Other than that, the end of the season's coming. You're going to have a lot of leaves and stuff dropping. Please clean your properties up accordingly. Get it cut before the season changes. And clean up anything that may be laying around and won't be blowing around after all the shrubage and everything's gone on the leaves.
Big shout out for Shamrock, huh?
Oh, the Shamrock,
Do we have a name for the pinball place?
Not yet, but I gotta tell you, the building's looking very nice. The complete roof system's been redone. All new siding, windows, doors, complete interior remodel. Put a lot of money into it, very energy conscious in that building. It's turning out very nice, so kudos to them.
Trustee Kraft?
I just wanted to comment about Saturday. The Fall Fest was a lot of fun. I thought tons and tons of people out at the park. It was really good to see.
Trustee Zimba?
This Saturday at Village Hall parking lot from 9 to 2, we're hosting our annual electronic waste recycling drive. You don't need an appointment, just pull on up. Computers, printers, monitors, keyboards, there's a flyer in the back with all the details. I'll be here.
Deputy Mayor Adolph?
Go Bills.
Administrator Gronkowski?
Just wanted to thank everybody who helped with Fall Fest and everybody who participated in it. I think it was one of our better events that we've done. We lucked out. We had a great day weather-wise, had a ton of vendors, lots and lots of people at the park, and it was just a really great day and a really great community day.
Yeah, pick off that. It was certainly, when I stepped back with my comments that day, that was the vision that I saw in 2019. And couldn't have been any different than that vision. And some of the, we have a couple of little videos that I threw together with, not the videos, but the pictures and the little story about the other day. So we had one of our residents up top with his drone, and we got a lot of nice shots there. And that basketball tournament with the young kids, that seemed to be a big hit. And they did a really professional type video that I also attached to that. It was really nicely done.
The Polish dancers was right. They were
Polish dancers, yes. Yeah, we got a kettle corn guy, which we hadn't had
Yeah.
all year long, so
Big Papa's
he's good.
there.
Big Papa's was there, which is new. Joey's helped us out, and Kay Cafe, she's a regular here in the village for food trucks.
And Nickel City Brews.
Nickel City
Nickel City
Brews,
Brews, yeah.
first time for that one too. Thought that worked out good.
Bunch of people at the pickleball court too.
What's up?
There were a bunch of people at the pickleball court too.
Oh,
I
lots
do-
of people.
I challenged
I give a
Paul, but
report to,
I challenged Paul, but he wouldn't take me up on it.
No?
I think he's scared.
I do have a report from Fergie.
Go ahead.
He said the 4-team basketball tourney they had 28 kids, 8 games, well done. He brought in 12 pickleballers that looked great at the rink. They had about 20 to 23 skaters, and next year they're going to try to get a girls and boys basketball tournament going.
Nice. Yeah, so and the horses too, I think was a hit.
Yeah.
Nita put out like 8 rides that day, and we almost had 100 people that got onto the horses. So, before we step to everybody else, there's a couple of things that I had neglected. So there was 2 applications submitted in the last 2 weeks, both to our rec department, Mackenzie Chapman and Jaden Rogowski. And there's no department head reports this meeting, and no unfinished or other business. And seeing that, open the floor to any kind of comment from the public. Come on up, sir.
Dominic Corigliano, 5230, 3846 Transit Road. I want to thank Mayor Peterson and the engineer for meeting me out on South Bellevue last Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Couple suggestions were made. I submitted some photos again. I don't know if anybody had any questions on what I left. The village engineer suggested removing the portion of sidewalk in the driveway and painting lines. He also had said that the way it was right now is not a problem, although my tenants that use it feel that it is. Removing that from the sidewalk to the driveway, there would still be an incline difference, which would still be a problem. I'm not quite sure how that would work out. He also suggested to plant grass again next to the apron of the driveway. This did not work out the first time because the contractor pushed the apron out so far into the street, it just holds water on that side. That just tracks mud everywhere. If the apron stays the way it is, that area next to it should be blacktopped to eliminate the mud problem. He also mentioned there was numerous other problems on the street. Well, that I'm aware of. At this time, I'm just trying to improve the roller coaster sidewalk that goes nowhere. There's also a broken sump pump pipe. 2 sidewalk blocks would have to get removed in order to replace that. That's a pipe the contractor had broken. It was also said to me at the meeting, the contractor saw a broken pipe when he removed the blacktop. The contractor supposedly fixed that. If that was the case, it still wouldn't be leaking today. I did have a couple of conversations with Sam concerning this. One thing important is the closer to the street the sidewalk would have been, the less differences in elevation that would have made for an even sidewalk. With the board's approval, I would take care of the broken pipe, the removal of the sidewalk, and look into blacktop repair. If a corrected, uninterrupted sidewalk could be put past the pine trees all the way to the corner. This was the original design that was talked about during the reconstruction of my restaurant. This could eliminate a lot of these problems. Remember, it is a common practice in the village for the sidewalks to accommodate the surrounding areas. I mean, I could get a separate contractor to take a look at this project if necessary, but it just would look a lot better for a nice clean sidewalk to go all the way down. The idea of stopping it at the driveway and starting it again, the idea that it looks like a roller coaster down near the pines is not really that much of an issue. Pines do grow, roots do grow close to the surface, but sidewalks are only so deep. If anything, it would just stabilize the ground even better.
I told you last week, Tom, we're not taking those trees out.
And trees should not come out. They don't need to come out in
We're
order to
not
put the
putting the
sidewalk.
sidewalk close to the road there.
Okay, well, it is possible to do that. And again, in a lot of areas of the village, the sidewalk changes to accommodate the surrounding areas. So I don't know what the plan is, but I'd certainly like to see something.
Well, you dropped these off here this afternoon, and I don't think anybody really had a chance to look at them, so.
Understandably, it's an early meeting, so it is what it is, but, early, yeah, appreciate you looking at it where you can, and appreciate you try to get things cleaned up there. It's getting late in the season again, so a little optimistic anything's gonna happen this year, but certainly like to get somewhere, so thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Go Bills.
Thank you. Okay, now, claims and accounts, please.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion the claims and accounts have been audited by the Finance Committee and are approved for payment as follows.
From the general fund, $316,352.40. Community development, $4,128.53. Sewer fund, $2,341.01. Capital projects, $5,720. For a total of $328,541.94.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? That's carried. And finally, tonight, the adjournment.
Honorable Mayor and Board of Trustees, I make a motion that we adjourn this evening's meeting at 6:34 PM.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.